Hey, what's happening, boys? CGOD back in the mix with you today. Sunny weather. Had the wagon out cruising yesterday. Had a little bit of a mishap. As you can see, it's not in the garage, which is not a good sign. So basically, I was riding around, doing my thing, whatever. I went to put gas, right? Just a little backstory for you guys before we start the video. Obviously, you know what happened based off the title. But went to put gas. As soon as I leave the gas station, I noticed whenever I let off the accelerator that it was kind of humming, like it kind of sounded like tires rubbing or something. So I pulled over real quick and I look, and I'm like, hey man, like everything looks good, like I don't know what was wrong with it. So I was like, all right, either way, sent it, drove into town, it's a little 10-15 mile hike, whatever. And went to this little picnic at the park and stuff, cruised around a little bit more. And then we was like, oh, well, let's go get some groceries or whatever, right? So we start heading out to the good old Sam's Club. And I hit the light, stopped, and try to go. And she's not moving no more. Forward, reverse, nada, you know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, what the hell, I'm thinking maybe I messed up the diff, something crazy. Well, either way, let's backtrack before all that. So we're leaving the Loves, right? And I tell my lady, I'm like, hey, man, like, we got to be careful, because these cars, 58 through 64, whatever, they're common to have the wheels completely just fly off. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. The whole axle just comes out. So I was like, well, thankfully that didn't happen, so we sent it. Either way, so then we reached the light. Nothing happened. I push it into the lot. And I was like, bro, this tire is rubbing nasty, like it hella came out. I look underneath, and the whole drum separated like this far, a good 3 inches off from where it's supposed to be. So it started eating my tire and stuff, and I was like, damn, and I got to thinking like, hey, maybe this happened already before, because the wheel that was on that passenger rear, the Roadsters, if you guys pay attention to the channel, that one was all tore up too, so I was like, damn, what the hell. But either way, I'm loading up some stuff right now, because moral of the story is I was able to jack up the car, and just gorilla kicking that bad girl back in there. And I got it, you know what I mean? I got it all the way back in. We could drive again and stuff. So I was like, bet, I'm gonna go home, Hell nah, we made it like not even halfway home, and it popped out again while I was driving this time. I was driving, hit the gas, and I just heard it rev up, and we didn't go nowhere. I was like, bro, that ain't right. You know what I mean? So either way, we're getting our welding rig ready to go. We're gonna go save the 6.3. I got it over at my dad's crib, which is in a whole nother city, you feel me? Because I live in H-Town, Holcomb, Kansas. So we're going over to Garden City right now. I need to load up the argon tank still, but otherwise should be just about ready to go. Welder, lead hammer, some sockets. I need to grab my impact still. Don't let me forget that. But yeah, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to jack it up, take it apart. There's a retainer ring, because these are just press fit, right? And I'm pretty sure that retaining ring is not where it's supposed to be anymore. The bearing kind of just is like sliding in and out, whatever. So let's go save the other Gomez whip, and we're gonna try to tack weld that retainer ring on there, so hopefully our wheels don't fly the heck off again, baby. Yeah, buddy. Out here getting right to it. So I did in fact load some batteries in the back, so you can see we're sitting a lot lower now. Looks real player, but unfortunately I don't know if that made the axle pop out or not. But look at that pristine Duramax over there, owned by my father. But yeah, so we've got it jacked up. So let me kind of show you guys so you can see this happened. You know what I mean? Some war damage. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but yeah, so that's why the quarter looks like that. And I want to say it happened before, because the other wheels, I don't know if I mentioned this or not in the video already, but the other wheels were kind of damaged. So let me show you. So you can see here, we're kind of gapped out. And then our other one over there is not gapped out. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Yeah, so it should come out rather easily. I got it up. I'm gonna set it on these stands, drop this down, take the wheel off, and the brake drum housing or whatever should come off rather simple due to the fact that it's already coming off. And hopefully it comes apart rather simply, and we should be in business, baby. Let me get to it. So we've got the knockoff off with our Dayton lead hammer. Pulled the adapter off with our impact. Pulled the drum off, which came off rather easy. So here you could see our axle setup. So there's a backing plate here. You can see that. And those hopefully won't turn. And there should be 4 bolts, those 4 there. And it should release our entire setup here. And then we should be able to pull our axle out and see what we're working with. And we're all gonna go ahead and take off. There's like some remnants of an ex lug nut, or possibly the same lug nut, I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
I got my dad over here wondering who I'm talking to. We're filming for the YouTubes, that way other folks with 58 through 64 Impalas know how to fix this issue, or at least remedy it for now. So we're gonna take those back nuts off and then see what we've got to do from here. All right, so pulled off the 4 bolts. This axle came out real easy, almost too easy, you know what I mean? But I believe it should come all the way out now. So I'm going to assume that this bearing is supposed to go all the way on, right? I could only assume. Surprisingly, didn't have to remove none of the brake stuff. So let's pull her out and see the damage. Surprisingly, it doesn't look terrible. I heard a little bit of grinding, so I thought, you know, it was going to be a little messed up. But yeah, so our retainer, you could see how it looks like kind of gapped out. That's not good. So we're going to have to put this bearing the rest of the way on. You kind of see there. And after putting the bearing the rest of the way on, I think we'll be Gucci. I think one of the studs was longer than the other, so that's why it doesn't sit level. So that's cool. Yeah, one of the studs was replaced. But yeah, so the bearing itself, low-key, seems pretty good. So we're just going to hit her back on, and it should give us a nice flat surface for our retaining ring here to be able to tack it a couple times. And that should, in theory, keep our axle from sliding the hell out and causing major destruction to our 63, because that's not cool. You know what I mean? So I'm going to tap this back on, or try to. Probably clean up our shaft end here because it looks rather beat up. And then, yeah, we'll kind of clean up this area as well. Prepare it to lay some tack welds with the old Lincoln over there. And we should be back in business, baby. All right, we got the bearing all the way pressed on there, as well as our retaining ring. The welder's fired up. We're just gonna lay a few tacks around it, and hopefully that'll hold it. Either 3 or 4 tacks, we'll see. We'll see how it burns in. Yeah. And there you have it. Just a couple of little tack welds on there. That ought to do us, hopefully. Should be able to make it home at least. Now she just got to go back in the car and we'll be able to wrap this up. All right, baby. So reassembly was real easy. Basically just put it back in, you know what I mean? Lined up those 4 bolts. There's kind of like a flat side that goes to the top. But I mean, if you're taking it apart, just put it back the same way. Make sure you tighten those nuts on the back. The drum slid right on. I don't even know if the rear brakes work, but hopefully. Went ahead and put our adapter back on, tightened up our nuts, ready to put the wheel back on, set her down, and give her the old college try, baby. All right, now that it's all back together, you see our gap there from our brake drum to the backing plate. Same as this side, so that's beautiful. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna pick the car back up and give her a shot, you know, see how it works out. I tried to kind of penetrate the shaft a little bit, but I've heard, you know, like if you heat the shaft too much, that the shaft itself could break, and that'll be catastrophic. So we kind of just put 4 tacks on it, and we're gonna hope for the best. You know what I mean? Let me jack the car up. We'll set her down and see what it's looking like. All right, guys? All right, so we've been, you know, kind of driving around a little bit. So far, so good, baby. As long as that wheel don't come off, should be solid, I think. Let's see if we can get her home, and I'll update you guys at the crib, all right? Yeah, buddy. Made her back to the crib. Hell yeah. That's what we needed right there. I don't know how lined up I am. Got the Vikla over there. Subs in the back with the plaque. Oi! All right. Check it out, check it out. Yeah. Oh, damn, subs hella shifted over. I think we're all good, though. Need to do something with this white wall now, but that'd be all right, you know? That'd be a little mission for later. But, yeah, baby. So, I think we'll be all right. I just did highway speeds. We made it back home. Everything looks clear. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you out, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know any other types of fixes that you guys have for this issue. You know, I mean, this is kind of like a budget type deal, but it is what it is. I wanted to get the car home, a lo menos, you know, at the very least, get the car home, and then from there we could figure something else out, and it worked. So like, comment, subscribe, baby. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.